Well, hello this morning, folks. Good morning to you. This your friend Vincent E. Brown coming at you from a place called Durham, North Carolina. Sharks in the water. I wasn't planning on doing a video this morning. I was not planning on it. But something I saw that's been trending on the interwebs here lately. I don't have all the details of the story, but I'll share with them what I know. I've been seeing trending on the internet this story about this kid named Cyrus. I forget which state it's in or whatever, but this kid was killed because he was accused of stealing some bottled water, I think it was, or whatever. He was confronted by the shop owner, and he ran from the shop, and he allegedly got shot while he was running away. Now, let me just stop right there. If a person is running away from you, and you still shoot that person, to me that's murder, because the person's no longer a threat or whatever, whatever. You know, we had an incident here in Durham a little more than 30 years ago when this kid broke into a house, and when he was running away, he was shot and killed. I really don't know all the details of that one. Because, I get a lot of different stories on that story. But sticking to this story that I'm talking about, this more recent story, they say he was running away and he was shot. Okay, now, here's a problem I have with this situation. The store owner was found not guilty, whatever. And now Black Lives Matter has got their panties in a bind, or the mainstream liberal Black America got their panties in a bind about this situation, because they feel once again that this is about racism, because the shop owner was Chinese and the kid was black. And I think people need to teach their kids about going into these shops that are owned by Chinese, because these rascals don't play. Chinese, Koreans, whatever, they don't play. Okay, I'm just going to tell you that. But mainstream liberal Black Americans got their panties in a bind over this, because the kid was black. The Chinese shop owner he was Chinese, of course. And they want to make this out to be about race. Now, my question to mainstream liberal Black America is, what would your reaction have been if the shop owner had been black? Would we be talking about justice for Cyrus and his family and everything and stuff like that? Would we be sitting here talking about this? Would we be up in arms if the black owner was found not guilty of killing this kid when he was running away from him and got shot? And when I ask that question, I really want you all to sit there and think about it, and think about what you've been seeing on the news and how people react to certain situations. Because let me tell you how I see it. Black on black crime is an epidemic in this country. But mainstream liberal Black America wants you to think that's not happening. Black on black crime is just something made up by, evil white people, evil racist people, whatever. But black on black crime is a fact of life in this country. Upwards of 95, I'll dare say 97% of black people who are murdered in this country, their murderer is also black. Everybody wants to ignore that because they say, nah, don't look at that because it's racist and everything. But the moment a kid has a little tussle with a white person or Oriental person, and, you know, the circumstances aren't clear about what happened, you know, but they did say the kid had a gun. They said he had a loaded gun. Now, that's another question to ask yourself. What the heck is a 14-year-old kid doing with a loaded firearm? You all are ignoring all the other facts. You want to focus on the faults of the shop owner, but you don't want to focus on the facts of why was this kid carrying a loaded firearm. Now, a lot of you black folks want to get out there, you want to get on your soapbox, you want to get out here talking about, you know, this is wrong and maybe it is, because I you know, someone running away from you and you just shoot them, that doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't. They found him not guilty. I don't have all the details of the case. And this case happened 3 years ago, you know. Happened 3 years ago. And, you know, the shop owner, he get found not guilty. But this case shows you why a lot of times a black person goes into a store and they get followed around. This kid was acting suspiciously. They said he took out some bottled water, put it back in, stuff like that. Like I said, I don't know all the details. So he got confronted by the shop owner. They got into a confrontation. The boy ran away and he got shot and killed. Do I think the kid deserved that? No, I do not. I don't think he deserved that. But this is why we need parents in the home. This is why we need good parents. We need to throw out that so-called gentle parenting people want to hook up on. We need to teach our kids life is a very funny thing. It's a very funny thing. And you get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, life can deal pretty harshly with you. No, I don't think the kid should have been shot and killed. No, I don't think he should have been. But part of the reason why this kid is dead is because of the choices he made that day. And I may have shared this on my channel before. Last December, here in Durham, North Carolina, I'm sitting down, I'm watching TV. And I get a knock on my door. I'm kind of cautious about opening the door because of another story I heard about. But then, you know, the knocking sounded kind of frantic. I opened the door, and it's a downstairs neighbor saying, "Sir, someone has just broken into your car." I sat there and watched them. They broke the window in the back of your car, and I came down. I looked. I said, you know, I could see the glass in the parking lot, and a hole in my window. And he was telling me, the people who broke into your car, they went down the street there, and he was pointing in a direction. And so I'm calling the police. And while I'm talking to the police, I see two figures walking in my direction. And my downstairs neighbor said, those are the people who broke into your vehicle. And they're coming in my direction. So I'm getting nervous, you know. Shoot, I'm 57 years old. I'm getting nervous because I don't know, these guys got a gun or whatever. And I told the police, could you all hurry up and get here? The guys are coming down the street. They're coming in my direction. And before I knew, a police car was there. Caught the perpetrators. One of them tried to run, say, I didn't do nothing, you know, everything. And I'm sitting there, I'm just letting them have it. Stupid kids, you know, talking about Black Lives Matter. I'm just letting them have it. Kids turned out to be 11 and 13 years old. This was 2 days before Christmas. It was 9:45 at nighttime. What is an 11 and a 13-year-old doing out on the street 2 days before Christmas? Cold as all get up outside. And when the kids were arrested, I think one of them's mother came and picked him up. She didn't even look in my direction and say, sir, I am sorry for what my son did. Son, you're gonna apologize to this man for breaking into his car. No. She just got them. They got in their car and they just drove off. And I asked the police officer, I was pretty calm at that point. I said, they're just gonna let him go? And said, you know, it's nothing we can do. He's a juvenile. Like I said in a recent video, I think they should start putting these juveniles in prison. I don't care about you being young. You know, if you're old enough to have a glass breaking device in your hand to break into my vehicle, then, you know, you want to act grown and everything, okay, we'll put you in grown jail. I guarantee you some of these parents will straighten up. But then again, I don't know. Some of them may not. But getting back to this story with this 14-year-old kid who got killed, no, I don't think he deserved to get killed. I don't. But I tend to be a little cautious with these stories because so many times I've reacted without knowing all the evidence of what happened in these incidents. But here's the thing. The kid shouldn't have had a gun on him. A loaded gun. That's the part everybody seems to ignore. What are you doing with a loaded gun? 14 years old. Who taught you how to use that gun? Where did you get that gun from? And I can guarantee you, this kid was a little thug wannabe, wanted to hang with the boys, and wanted to act like he was grown. Well, he got the result of what happens when you think you're grown. And once again, I don't think he deserved to get shot or whatever. I mean, after all, it was a bottle of water. But like I said, life is a funny thing. Life is very funny. And folks, you need to deal with your kids. I can't say this enough. I cannot say this enough. I am sick and tired of these parents who care more about their careers and their self-gratification over the lives of their kids. And then when their kids get killed, they want to sit here and blame somebody else for it. And you were just a bad parent. Now, there are good parents out there, the kids still turn bad. I'm not talking about them. But I'm speaking in general terms. But parents, you need to deal with your kids. You need to teach your kids right from wrong. You need to teach them about the consequences of doing the wrong thing, hanging with the wrong crowd, being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't know all the ins and outs of this situation. No, I don't think you should shoot somebody who is running away from you. And from what I saw in that video, that kid, he took off. But they shot him. And they found the store owner not guilty. I don't think the store owner was looking to kill a black person, but I don't think it was right for him to shoot that kid when he was running. But this is what results. But the mainstream liberal black America, they don't care about that. They care that this kid was black and this was an injustice to our black kids. But black kids kill other black kids almost on a daily basis in this country, and we don't say a thing. We don't say a word. That ticks me off too. Because we sit here, our kids are killing themselves over some Jordans, over a jacket. Someone looked at them funny. And when they kill another kid, where's Black Lives Matter? Where's Benjamin Crump? Where's Al Sharpton? Where's Roland Martin? Where's Rashad Ritchie? Where are you guys at? But the only time y'all speak up is if a black kid ends up losing his life as a consequence of an interaction with someone of another race. That's the only time y'all speak up. And we wonder why our kids can go through 12 years of school and still can't read. They still can't read worth anything when they get out of school. We wonder why our kids are being gunned down left and right. We wonder why our kids act like a pack of animals. They act crazy when the police pull them over or whatever. Folks, and I'm going to keep saying this, there are some exceptions, don't get me wrong, but it starts at home. It starts at home. What are you teaching your kids? Are you teaching your kids manners? Are you teaching them to respect authority? Are you teaching them to respect people who are older than they are? Are you teaching them that? Because from what I've seen, nope. I see it all the time. Someone gets on your kid, well, they don't act like that at home. You're lying. You're not going to tell me that this kid, all of a sudden, is going to act out because he's not at home. You're not going to tell me that. Sit there, cuss you out, talk about busting a cap in you and everything when they're kids. We let them listen to these rap artists, Sexy Red and all that crazy mess. We let them listen to that. And then we wonder why our kids are acting like a pack of animals. Well, really, you don't wonder why. You just let them float on and everything, and you just say, well, I'll let society take care of my kids. I got my career. Instead of saying, hey, this is my child. I don't want to put him or her up for adoption. They live in my house. I have to be the one to step up and teach my child the ropes about this life. But what do y'all do? Y'all throw them off on a teacher or something like that. Why don't you just put your child up for adoption? because some of you all getting them little delicious dollars from EBT and all that crazy mess. But I hate it for this kid. I really do. I hate it for his family. I pray for the comfort of this family. I pray for the comfort of the families of the shop owner as well. I don't think what he did was right. I don't think he should have shot the kid. But the kid shouldn't have put himself in that situation. So there's enough of the blame to go around for everybody. And like I said, I don't know all the details of this incident. But the thing that started it all was this kid has a loaded gun. 14-year-old kid, loaded gun. And he's acting suspicious in his shop. And see, a lot of times these kids get caught in their dirt. They get caught in their dirt. And they want to go off, oh, you're just doing this because I'm black and everything. You know you committed a crime. You know you did. But you want a cop an attitude after you done committed a crime. And this leads on to other things. It escalates, and then somebody ends up getting killed. Either the perpetrator or somebody else. But if the perpetrator gets killed, Black Lives Matter wants to come out and talk about, hey, you know, his life mattered. Apparently not. Carrying a loaded gun and he's 14 years old. If that kid had lived, he'd be 17 years old today. He should be getting ready to graduate from high school. I don't know when his birthday is, if it's in the later part of the year or whatever, but he should be getting ready to graduate from high school. And that kind of hits a nerve with me because next week I'm going back to Prince George's County, Maryland, to celebrate my 40 years, the 40th anniversary of the class of 1986. But folks, you need to look after your kids. You need to be a parent and step up. Our children are the most valuable natural resource on this planet. Now, if you don't want to take care of them, give them to somebody who will. But if you're not willing to take care of them, then don't be shocked when more incidents like this happen on a regular basis. And this ain't the last time something like this is going to happen. Oh no. Oh no. This ain't going to be the last time. But folks, I hate it for both families. I do. I hate it for both families. To be honest with you, I hate that I'm not a father myself, because I wanted to show people this is how it's done. You know, and I talked about just yesterday about, you know, crime and how we need to deal with crime and everything. I'm telling you, I think some of these kids need to go to jail. Yes, and if they commit one of these heinous crimes, a murder or whatever, I think some of these kids need to sit in Old Sparky. Oh, but they're children. Okay. Well, why don't you say that when they're carrying a loaded gun? Oh, he's a child. What's he doing with a gun? Do we hear that? No, we hear, oh, he had his life ahead of him. And they'll probably show pictures of this kid, you know, smiling, you know, and holding a basketball or with a graduation uniform on or something like that to make it look like he was such an innocent child. He wasn't innocent. Innocent children don't carry loaded guns on their person. But anyway, I'm just rambling on right now. You all just think about what I talk about. Don't just accept what I say because I say it, you know, check into it. And if anyone can give me details about you all, when you do give details about this, don't give me details with your emotion added to it. I don't know everything about this story. I don't know why they found this shop owner not guilty. From all aspects, it looks like he should have been convicted, but I don't think it's a race thing. I guarantee you, it's not a race thing. It's a crime thing. And everybody, if the shop owner had been black, and this kid had been black, and he had been shot running away from the shop, none of you all out there would have a doggone thing to say about it. And you know it. But like I said earlier in this video, think about that. Think about how your reaction would be if that shop owner had been black. Same situation, same kid and everything. Think about it. But anyway, you all stay safe out there, stay healthy. This is Vincent E. Brown. I'm signing off, and until the next time, I'll see you on the rebound.